all to the Skillstreaming group. I've spoken to each of you, so I know you have an idea of what we're going to be learning today, but I want to take a moment and go over the goals of the Skillstreaming group so that we can talk a little bit more about what we're going to be learning together. So sometimes in our lives, we have conflicts with other people. And sometimes we don't know how to deal with our feelings or how to treat others or treating people with kindness. So we are going to be learning people skills. These are the kinds of skills that we learn to help us get along better with others, to deal with conflicts and problems, and show kindness to other people. When we have a conflict with somebody, say it's a parent or a teacher or a friend, we may sometimes choose a behavior that isn't helpful. Sometimes we may even end up making that problem even worse. So when you try to fix something, you might actually make it worse. Has that happened to any of you? Yes, Devin.
Sometimes when my brother bugs me, I hit him. Then I get in trouble, like having to stay home and not being able to play outside. Then my brother laughs and bugs me more.
Well, sometimes kids are mean to me on the bus. I tell the bus driver and then she punishes me by making me sit in the front seat.
Thank you, Devin and Ben. These are really great examples of social problems. And we don't just suddenly know the skills that we need to help work through these problems. So we're going to be learning those skills, those people skills that help you get along better with others and resolve those conflicts so that you have a choice with how you react. And you just learn those skills the same way you learn other things, like shooting baskets or adding up numbers. So we're going to be going through those different skills today so that you will have a choice in how to feel when you handle a problem, and everyone will feel better in the end. Let's take a moment to talk generally about some skills that we have learned or skills we want to learn. Who can name a skill that they've learned?
Playing a video game.
Shooting a layup.
Well, I learned to read. Reading is a skill.
I like to cook. I think cooking is a skill too.
Yes, these are all great examples of skills that you can learn or that you want to learn. So let's take your example, Devin, of cooking. So if you wanted to learn cooking, what is the first thing you would need to do?
Well, you need a recipe.
That's right, you need to know what to do. So the recipe or the steps tell you how to do the skill. And then what do you need?
I don't want to cook, but I think you need someone to show you how to.
That's right. You need to watch someone modeling the skill. And so I would teach you by first doing what?
I watch my sister. She shows me how.
That's right. And then after you watch someone do the skill, then you can try it out for yourself. So let's say you're making Jell-O and you've read the recipe or the steps. Then you watch someone make the Jell-O and now it's your turn. You're going to try it out and you're making the Jell-O, but you don't do it perfectly. Let's say you add too much water to the mix. And then when you're family and you try that Jell-O, what do you think they're going to say?
It would be like soup, not Jell-O.
That's right. So you get feedback on how well you did. And once you get feedback, then you know what you can do to make it better. So then do you think you could try it out again and make Jell-O for a big birthday party?
If I practiced and made it until it was perfect, I could.
That's exactly right. So learning a skill takes a lot of practice. You don't just suddenly know. And people skills are the same way. So when we learn these people skills, we have to follow these steps to learn them and then practice so that we can get better. So Devin, when your brother bugs you and irritates you, you can learn skills to do something else instead of hurting your brother so that you don't get into trouble. And Ben, if you're on the bus and you're feeling like someone is bullying you or harassing you, then you can use these people skills to help you feel like you aren't the one getting punished. So are you ready to learn some people skills? All right. So learning any skill, you're going to follow these same steps. First, you have to know what it is that you're learning about. That's the steps or the recipe. Then you're going to watch someone do that skill. That's called modeling. Then it's your turn to try it out, and we call that role play. We're going to have lots of chances to do that today. And then you're going to get feedback. How well did you do? And then you can adjust and do better the next time. And then it's just time to practice. And after you practice, you'll get better and better with your skills. Are there times when a friend asks you to do something that you really don't want to do because it might get you into trouble, or because there's something else you'd rather be doing? Like maybe your friend wants to play a video game, but you just want to play basketball. Well, we're going to learn a really important skill today, and it's a skill that most of you have told me that you want to learn. It's a skill that's called saying no. And saying no is something that can take some practice, but in the end, it will help you make better choices. So let's go over the steps. These are the steps in this order in how to say no. The first step is to decide whether or not you want to do what's being asked. Now later on, we'll go over when it's appropriate and with whom it's appropriate to say no. Now, number 2, think about why you don't want to do this. Maybe there's something else you'd rather be doing, or you don't want to get into trouble. Number 3, tell the person in a friendly way. It can take practice saying no in a friendly but firm way. And number 4, give your reason. Giving your reason can help the other person understand why you said no, but it might also help both of you make better and different choices. Today we're going to learn the skills so that you have a choice whether or not to do something that someone else is asking you to do. So I'm going to model the skill, and I really want you to watch and see if I follow these steps. I'm going to need some help today. So I'm going to invite my friend, Mr. Burke, to come in and play my friend. I think you all know Mr. Burke. He teaches PE. And let me tell you the situation. So he's my friend, and he's been trying to get me to bully another kid. We all ride the bus together after school, and he wants me to trip the kid as he's getting on the bus today. So we're going to model this for you, and then when we get on the bus, you're going to see how well we follow the steps. So we're going to use these stools to be the bus. Okay. And now watch and see what I do.
Hey, you know what I think would be fun? If we trip that kid that's waiting behind us. See him fall down? He's a real klutz.
Okay, so first I need to think about whether or not I want to do what's being asked. Step number 1. I know I don't want to do this because I don't think it's fun to be mean to someone. I wouldn't want someone to be mean to me. I don't want to lose a friend, but I don't want to keep a friend by being mean. So now I want to think about why I don't want to do this. Like I said, I don't want to be mean to someone. And I really just want to get home. And I think we can get home faster if we don't cause any trouble. So now I have to tell the person, hey, count me out. I don't really think it's nice to be mean to somebody. I wouldn't want somebody to be mean to me. And anyway, we could just get home faster if we don't cause any trouble. And I really want to play this video game. Okay, so now we need to talk about how well I followed these steps. Step number 1, did I decide whether or not I wanted to do what is being asked?
Yeah, you did.
And how did you know that I did this?
You looked at the poster and you talked it too. I heard what you said.
Yes, thank you for watching and listening. Did I think about why I didn't want to do this?
Yeah, you said that it wasn't fun to make somebody feel bad.
Yes,
And that you wanted to get home and play and didn't want trouble.
that's right. Thank you all for watching and listening. Did I tell the person in a friendly way?
Yeah, I think so.
And why do you think it was important that I tell him in a friendly way?
So you can stay friends.
That's right. And did I give my reasons?
You said that it wasn't fun to be mean.
That's right. So you did a great job of watching and listening and following all the steps. But let's find out what Mr. Burke thought. So Mr. Burke, how did it feel when I said no to you?
It felt okay. It was just an idea. It was a bad idea. And I'm kind of regretting bringing it up now. But okay.
Okay, so how do you think I did following all the steps? Yeah, I think I did great. I'm going to give myself a pat on the back. Let's think of some times in your real lives when it might be difficult to say no. I'm going to write your names on the board and then your situations so that we can remember what your situations are. Can anyone think of a time when it might be difficult to say no? Yes.
Sometimes my friends make me do bad things.
Thank you, Devin. Is there more detail you'd like to tell us about that?
I'd rather not.
Okay, thank you.
Well, my cousin lives with us. He makes me do his chores, like clean up after his dog. He gets really mad if I don't do them.
Okay, thank you, Ben. What else?
When we go to the library, my sister makes me take music CDs and movies.
Okay. Thank you, Aretha.
My brother tells me to take money from my grandma's purse.
Thanks, Erin. I know these can be hard to share. Thank you. Clara?
Sometimes my friends like to borrow my favorite shirts, and it's hard to say no.
Great. Thank you all for sharing these situations where it's difficult to say no. Now we're all going to have a chance to role play through these scenarios so we can practice saying no. Is there anyone that would like to go first? Great. Thanks, Aretha. Okay, Aretha, can you tell us a little bit more about your situation so we can help you feel like it's as real as possible?
Every Tuesday after school, my sister goes to the library to use the computer, and I go along. When we're ready to leave, we go to the area with shelves of stuff for sale. She always picks out a DVD she wants. She won't take it because she says that if we get caught, it would be better to say that I took it by accident. The lady would believe it was an accident if I'm the one who has it.
Okay, and what's your sister's name, and what does she say to you?
Her name is Brooke. She gives me the DVD and tells me to hide it under my book or in my coat. She says that they won't see and that they wouldn't care anyway because they're extras that they don't need. She says that she'll keep a lookout and that if I don't do this for her, she might not take me to the library anymore.
Okay, great. I think that's a lot of good information. Is there anything else you want to tell us about your situation?
I like going to the library, but I don't want to steal.
Great, thank you. And we're going to need someone to help play the part of your sister today. Is there anyone here that reminds you most of your sister?
Claire, I guess.
Okay, great. Clara, do you feel comfortable playing Brooke, Aretha's sister?
Okay.
Okay, good. So now we're going to set up the scenario. So I have some DVDs here, and we're going to use these to help us feel like we're in the library. Does that work? Okay, so we're almost ready to start our role play. But before we do, let's take a look at our steps. So Aretha and Clara, if you want to come up, we're going to talk about the steps that we're going to follow in our role play. Now, Aretha, you're going to be the main actor. So your job is to follow these steps when it's time to tell your sister no. And then Clara, you're going to be supporting the main actor. So you're the co-actor and you're going to ask her to take the DVDs. Now the rest of you, you have a really important role too. You're going to be playing the part of the observers. And I need you to watch as they're doing the role play to make sure that they're following all the steps. So Devin, can I ask you to watch and make sure that she follows step number 1?
Okay.
Great. And then Erin, can I ask you to follow and watch to see if she follows step number 2?
Okay.
Great. And then Ben, will you please watch and see if she follows step 3, telling her no in a friendly way?
Sure.
Okay, I think we're ready. So I'm going to put these DVDs here on the desk. And then, ready to start our role play.
Hey, little sis, these are the ones I want. No one will know. Just take them and hide them.
I need to decide if I want to do what is being asked. No, I don't want to steal. But I need to think about why I don't want to do this. Because it doesn't feel good to steal, and she shouldn't ask me to. But I need to tell her in a friendly way. Brooke, I'm sorry, but I won't do this for you.
Now give your reason.
It makes me feel awful when I take things from the library, and you shouldn't ask me to do something that makes me feel bad. Plus, I could get in really big trouble.
Oh, I didn't know that you weren't okay to take them. I just thought it was fun.
But it wasn't fun for me.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay, so now let's get some feedback on the role play. Clara, how did it feel when Aretha said no? Did you think that she convinced you not to take the DVDs?
Yeah, I think she did. Kind of. But if I really wanted the DVD, I'd tell her that I don't really care and to just take the DVD anyway.
So you think she did a good job, but you might have still pressured her further?
Exactly.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Claire, for staying in that role of her sister and helping in this role play. Now, let's talk to our observers. How do you think she did in following step 1? Did she decide whether or not she wanted to do what was being asked?
Yeah.
And what did she decide?
That she didn't want to do it.
And how do you know?
Because she said it.
That's right. Thank you for watching and listening. And now, what about step 2? Did she think about why she didn't want to do this?
She said she didn't want to steal. It made her feel bad.
That's right. She did her thinking out loud so that you knew that that's how she felt. And what about step number 3? Did she tell the person in a friendly way?
She was friendly because she said she was sorry. And she gave her reason that she didn't want to steal because it could get her in trouble.
That's right. Thank you. You all did a great job of watching and listening to see if she followed the steps. And Aretha, how did you feel? How did it feel saying no?
It wasn't easy, but it was okay. I'm glad that I said it because it was hurting me on the inside.
So did you feel okay saying no to your sister in the role play?
Yeah, I think I should practice more.
Well, I think you did an excellent job following the skill steps. Learning any new skill takes a lot of practice, and we will have lots more opportunities to practice through role play and through homework assignments. So when we're done with our role play, you and I can go over these homework assignments, okay?
Okay.
Great. Okay, who would like to go next in our role play? Aretha, let's go ahead and get your homework report ready so that you can do some practicing. I know you said the skill is a little bit difficult, and so we can practice it as many times as you need to in our group sessions before you're ready to try it. And everyone else, I want you to watch and see how we fill out this homework assignment sheet so that you can do it for yourselves and your own scenarios. Sound good? Okay, so here at the top, you've got your sheet. It says to put your name there, and today's date will go there. And then at the top, we have our skill that we're working on. So we're working on saying no. And then we have our 4 steps listed. These are the ones that we've been practicing today. You can always look back at these. So this is the part we're gonna fill in where it says fill in now. So first question, who are you going to practice this skill with?
My sister, Brooke.
That's right. And then the second question, when will you try out the skill?
When we're at the library.
Okay, good. So when you've been practicing in group, you feel comfortable to try it in real life, then you can put the actual date that you're going to try it out next to that. So after you've done it, after you've practiced the skill at the library, you're gonna fill in this part. So it says fill in after you practice the skill. So first you're gonna write what happened. So you'll tell us in your own words what happened. And then you're gonna rate how well you did. So you see these smiley faces along the bottom. You're gonna circle which face matches how closely you feel you did when you tried out the skill. And at any time, you and I can go over this again because this can be a little complicated, but I know that the more you practice it, you are gonna do great. All right.